After months away and surrounded by uncertainty, Justin Tucker just got news that could completely change the course of his career. The kicker, who's been through one of the most turbulent stretches of his life, finally has a real reason to smile, and it could mean an unexpected return to the NFL. But hold on, it's not that simple. Even with the suspension lifted, Tucker's future is still full of questions. How the league reacts to this twist could surprise a lot of people. What comes next might be the start of a brand new chapter, or the final page of a story no one thought would end this way. Justin Tucker is officially cleared to return to the NFL. After serving a 10-game suspension, Commissioner Roger Goodell confirmed that the punishment is over and the former Ravens kicker is now free to sign with any team. It's the first step toward what could be a comeback for one of the most recognizable names of the past decade, though the road ahead still looks uncertain. Even with the official clearance, Tucker remains without a team. No workouts, no visits, no public interest from any franchise since the suspension ended. He's waiting for that phone call, the one that might mean a second chance. For now, though, silence is the loudest thing surrounding him. The news caught many fans off guard. Tucker had built a reputation for reliability and composure, the kind of player teams could always count on. But after everything that happened, there's real doubt about how the market will respond. Teams might be hesitant, weighing whether a 35-year-old veteran is still worth the investment. And while Tucker works to leave the past behind and prove he still has something left to give on the field, one big question remains. Will any team open its doors to him now? That brings us to where things stand and what he's been doing while waiting for that next opportunity. Even after the suspension was lifted, Justin Tucker hasn't gotten a real shot to return to the league. No team workouts, no scheduled meetings, nothing that suggests a comeback is close. What looked like a quick turnaround turned into a long, quiet wait, a period where a veteran is trying to stay focused and ready without knowing when or if the call will come. A few weeks ago, reporter Tom Pelissero mentioned that several teams had shown interest, but since then, total silence. No new reports, no updates, no movement. It feels like teams are watching from a distance, waiting to see how things settle before deciding whether to take that step. In the meantime, Tucker's been training in Austin, Texas, using the facilities at the University of Texas, the same place where he kicked in college. He's been working daily to stay sharp, proving that even at 35, he still has the leg strength and accuracy to compete with anyone in the league. But the shadow over him is still the reason for the suspension. No matter how good he looks, his recent past isn't easy for teams to overlook, and that past is exactly what got him here in the first place. To understand his situation now, we have to look back at what happened off the field over the last few years. The accusations against Justin Tucker completely changed the direction of his career. 16 women from 8 different spas accused him of inappropriate behavior during massage sessions between 2012 and 2016. The claims were serious and immediately put Tucker at the center of a major scandal, one that ultimately led to his suspension and release from the Ravens. Tucker has denied all the allegations from day one. He's maintained the same stance throughout, that he did nothing wrong and the accusations are false. Still, the NFL conducted its own investigation, and in 2025, the Ravens decided to part ways after more than a decade together. The fallout was massive. Tucker, once known as a model of consistency and professionalism, suddenly became more recognized for the accusations than his performance on the field. As the legal process dragged on, his professional image collapsed, and his once steady career came to a complete stop. Now, with a suspension served and the league's investigation over, he's trying to rebuild, but that effort runs into the same past that continues to follow him, a reminder that hits even harder when you think about everything he once achieved in Baltimore before it all fell apart.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
Before all of this, Justin Tucker was one of the most trusted players in the entire NFL. He joined the Ravens in 2012 as an undrafted free agent and quickly became one of the most dependable pieces on the roster. From that moment on, His name became synonymous with precision and poise, a true standard at his position. His calm under pressure and unwavering consistency made him one of the best kickers the league has ever seen. The Ravens knew exactly what they had. In 2016, they placed a franchise tag on him before rewarding him with a 4-year deal. Then came another extension in 2019 and another massive one in 2023. 4 years, $24 million. Tucker wasn't just a player. He was part of Baltimore's identity, the guy everyone trusted when the game was on the line. But that stability didn't last forever. When the allegations came out, the Ravens made a tough call, ending their partnership with a player who had been one of the faces of the franchise for more than a decade. It was the end of an era defined by clutch moments, consistency, and history-making kicks. Even so, his legacy still carries weight. Justin Tucker's name remains tied to records, game winners, and unforgettable moments. And that's what keeps people wondering. Will any team look past the controversy and give him one more shot? The answer might depend on how teams view what he still brings to the field. Before everything fell apart, Tucker was still producing. In 2024, he played all 17 games, hitting 22 of 30 field goals, 73.3%, and 60 of 62 extra points, 96.8%. It wasn't the elite accuracy that once made him a legend, but it was still solid, especially for a veteran in his mid-30s. Those numbers show that, even with all the off-field chaos, he was still performing at a respectable level. Not many kickers manage to stay that consistent for that long, and that might be what keeps a small window of hope alive, that a team out there could see value in his experience and reliability. But this isn't just about stats anymore. The NFL is a league where reputation matters just as much as performance, and Tucker knows that better than anyone now. The suspension may be over, but rebuilding his image will likely take longer and be even harder than any season he's ever played. For now, his future is wide open. Tucker's free in shape and waiting for a chance, but the market is still quiet. Until a team decides to take that risk, Justin Tucker's story will stay stuck between two realities: one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, and a player trying to rise again after the biggest fall of his career. Justin Tucker is living one of those defining crossroads moments, the kind that can reshape an entire career. After everything he's been through, the accusations, the suspension, the downfall, and now the chance to start again, he's finally free to chase a comeback. The question is whether anyone still believes he could be that same game-changing kicker he once was. And it's hard to ignore the weight of that story. For years, Tucker was a definition of trust and precision, one of the most respected players in Baltimore and across the league. Now, he's trying to rebuild what took him more than a decade to create. Will someone give him that second chance? Or has the NFL already moved on? Time will tell if Justin Tucker gets another stage to prove the talent that once made him one of the greats. But one thing for sure, after this twist, everyone's going to be watching what happens next.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself.